Hi everybody, it's Pete again, your virtual trainer with physicalevolution.net. I'm going to go ahead and take you guys through a little core routine. It's going to go along with that upper body blitz and that lower body blitz on that day where it's beautiful. You guys trying to get out of the gym, you want to do something different, go to the beach, whatever else it is. So I'm going to go ahead and take you through this little routine right now. Pull out a little mat right here. It's great to have a little mat, you know what I mean? Especially if you're at the beach, real sandy, whatever else. You got some great little mats right there in that virtual store. You can check them out there. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to start off with We're going to start off with a static. All right, just to go ahead and warm the core muscles up. We're going to do a plank in one direction. We're going to do one to each side. All right. I try to hold these positions for about 10 or 15 seconds. For you beginners, you can start off with 1 foot or 2 feet, and then for people that are a little bit more advanced, you can come over to 1 foot. It makes your body a little bit more unstable, where you got to stabilize it. The whole idea of a plank is you're supposed to mimic a 2x4 or 2x6 or a 2x8, where your body's perfectly straight. All right. Then you're going to go over to one side. Put your feet heel to toe. Lift your hip up towards the sky. Same thing. Hold that for about 10 or 15 seconds. And then, of course, you're going to change over and you're going to do the same thing for the other side. All right? Lift that hip up towards the sky. 10 or 15 seconds. All right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take you through 5 little different exercises. All right? To where we're going to go ahead and we're going to fatigue our core in one set. You can do this set once a day, 5 minutes, and you can get your core into great shape in a relatively short amount of time. I mean, for some of you guys, athletes, you're doing some different things, you need to develop a little bit more core strength, core conditioning. This is a great way to get going. You can change up the exercises. I always start off with the hardest exercise first, and then as my stomach starts to fatigue and my core muscles start to fatigue, I go into an easier exercise. Average number, I don't care who you are, you're going to wind up getting like 40 or 50 reps a set, you know? So, all right, we're going to start off with the hardest exercise. I like this. This is a good little stretch, too. Point your toes away from you. Pull your hands away from you all at the same time. All right? Now, what we're going to do, lift your feet, your heels 2-3 inches off the ground. Keep your hands up off the ground as well. All right, what we're doing is we're engaging our core just by lifting our limbs up off of the floor. All right? Now, what you're going to do is you're going to bring your feet up to about a 60-degree angle where your feet are still out away from your hips. It's engaging your lower abdominals. All right, now what you're going to do is you're going to bring your upper body, your hands around, and you're going to get a little hitch there. You're going to lift your upper body up off the floor, squeeze. Back out, don't let anything touch. Come back up, squeeze. Back out, back up, squeeze. Squeeze, back out. Squeeze, back out. You do as many of those as you can. That's the first one. All right. The next exercise is just a little bit easier. Basically the same thing. Put your feet back in that 60-degree, 65-degree position, and you're just going to use your hands. Come up, squeeze, come back out. Come up, squeeze, come back out. Squeeze, come back out. Now, you can change it up on different days. If you just want to use that for a static, you can get that position, and then just try to hold that position. Squeeze your abdominals, 10 seconds. Go back, rest, come back up. Squeeze, hold for 10 seconds. It's a great little variation. You don't want to get into doing the same thing every morning because it does become kind of monotonous doing the same thing. All right. The next exercise is just a little bit easier. We're going to shorten our body a little bit to where we don't have as much of a lever. All right. Your knees are going to be out away from your hips. All right. We're still engaging your lower core. We're going to bring our hands in like you're a boxer, like you're blocking a shot. I like to put my hands right in front of my forehead. All right. And I'm going to bring my knees and my elbows together. They don't necessarily have to touch. It's just getting a good contraction. Back out, back together, back out, back together, back out. Just like that, as many as you can do. All right, now the next exercise, same thing. We're just putting our feet flat on the ground, and we're just coming up doing a regular crunch. Come all the way back, squeeze. All the way back, squeeze. All the way back, squeeze. Very, very simple, very straightforward. All right, now the next exercise is a crossover. All right. Put one hand out to your side, put your other hand next to your ear. You don't want to put it behind your head because as your abdominals start to fatigue, we tend to pull on our head, which isn't very good for our neck. All right? So you're going to come across, you're going to squeeze. I'm not trying to make my elbow touch my knee. A lot of people bring their knee into their elbow or their elbow into their knee, or their knee even starts close. You can multitask. Push your knee out away from your body. It's going to stretch your hip flexor at the same time. A lot of people are sitting on their butt these days in front of the computer or television, and it shortens your hip flexors and wind up having back issues. So go ahead and do yourself a favor and try to multitask. Keep that knee away from your body and stretch that hip flexor a little bit. I come across, squeeze. I'm actually just pointing my elbow towards the sky in the general direction of my knee. All right, what it's doing is I'm engaging my abdominals and my obliques through a natural range of motion. All right, I'm not forcing it. Me, I tend to have a longer torso than some individuals, so it's going to be a little bit different for everybody, but that's the whole idea of knowing your body and focusing on whatever exercise it is you're doing. All right? Come up, squeeze, come all the way back. Get a good stretch. Squeeze, come all the way back. And now, and you change up and do the other side. Same thing. Now, another thing is very important. I haven't really talked about this before. While I'm sitting here, it's breathing. All right? Very important to focus on your breathing. So in this case, when you're coming up, you're exhaling, getting a good contraction. On your way back, you're going to take a deep breath. On your way back, it's going to help you stretch your abdominals a little bit in between each rep. All right? Squeeze, exhale. Come back, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And of course, you don't want to move that fast. You're not hyperventilating. But it's just a matter of going through the motions, concentrating, getting inside yourself. All right? So now, what we just went through is that little core blitz. Target a couple different angles, 4 or 5 different exercises for your core. You can mix them up in any different way that you like, but that's a great little exercise.